Well, here I am, day before Easter, on Saturday. I think it's the 10th, 2020. 8:30 in the morning, running an hour late, driving out to go see my mother, who I have not seen in, I'm gonna say, 17 years. Don't know what to expect. I'm going out there because I've heard she's not in good shape. To be honest, last night was not motivated to go. I really, I just wasn't, man. It's like I'm indifferent on it. But talked to Kelly last night, and so I guess it's not about me. So not about, it never is, but I don't know. I'm doing it, I guess, for someone else who I sometimes don't think deserves it, actually. I think that's probably what I'm struggling with. But all that said, it's the right thing, and hope my car makes it. And we'll see what happens. The attitude and what happens, and so stay tuned. We'll see what happens. 2.5 hours later, I will be talking to you. More Jamie driving videos of danger. I just want to remember that moment. I don't know, I'm an hour outside LA going to La Quinta, and a song came on by Andrew Gould when I grew up, Thank You for Being a Friend. And I thought about my two closest friends and just was in tears, man. I think I want to just remember this for myself, that wow, just how they've always been there. And it's a great song, by the way, if you've never heard it, but my mom used to play it. And I just realized, or not realized, I remembered, I'm kind of on a road trip, 2.5 hours, but of why I've always traveled my whole life. It's just this, it frees your mind, and it opens your mind, and it really, you just don't think about anything else but your life and the bigger picture of life, just life, and what you're doing and where you're going and where you've came from and who you are and who you want to be, and then you're also, that's all happening while you're looking at this beautiful country or wherever you're at, and these mountains going, look at the rain, how it made those hills green. I'm like, I live in the best country. It's so beautiful, and I'm so thankful, and it just takes your mind on the most wild ride of self, and figuring it out and realizing, I think the ultimate thing is how it's not about you, this whole world and this life. As one of my favorite quotes all time, Bob Marley said, my white life is, I think he said, my life is worth nothing if I can't give it away. And that was the message. And it's just awesome. It's really awesome, this life, and I've been so fortunate. And my car is like riding in a spaceship right now that's about ready to crash. But all that said, I've been so fortunate. I mean, their childhood was rough, really rough, awful at times. But the life has been amazing, and I wouldn't change a thing. That's it. Have a good one. Safe travels. The car right there was the first car I ever drove. 280Z. I just had a flashback of when I was 13 years old. My mom's friend Larry. There you go. Not a great video. My mom's friend Larry. Don't drive in video. Larry Wold was his name. Really good guy. I was 13 years old. It was a stick shift. Most people can't drive a manual when they're 13, but he was drunk and just let me drive that car and wanted to teach me how to drive at 13 years old in San Francisco, outside San Francisco. But wow, what a memory. It just made me laugh at my life. I've had a crazy, crazy, crazy life, but I wouldn't trade it. I look back and I laugh. How insane at 13 years old. A drunk guy. teaching me how to drive a stick shift, 280Z. It was awesome. Life has been crazy and awesome. Not sure even I understand the significance of why I'm videoing this, but you never know. Can always trash it, I guess. Delete it. I got to my mom's house in La Quinta. Mom I haven't seen in 17 years. And it looked really run down against the neighbors' houses, which of course I always have to figure something out. And I'm looking at tells and signs, and the garage door, I can tell by the buildup, has not been opened in quite some time. And went and asked all neighbors on both sides, and then finally just went across the street, and this guy said he hadn't seen her in 2 months or a month or something, and he's only seen her twice, and he heard from some lady she had broken her legs, and he said she is not living there now. And he goes, I offered to come pick up the yard or keep the yard, and she said, and the lady who's taking care of it said, no, don't touch anything, she's really particular, which is code for bad attitude, kind of angry, which I was like, yeah, I can see that. So I found out I called with a block number to this lady who knows my mom, and found out she's in some rehab center in Palm Springs. So that's where I'm off to. But I think I'm going to meet Jose now earlier, and we're going to hang out. He was in Palm Desert, and then go to Palm Springs. It's turned into quite a little adventure. But the weather's good. It's California. It's pretty beautiful here, actually. And I think my mom, she's got a pool in her backyard. Good for her. Won't be using it with 2 broken legs, but whatever. Head into the rehab center. That's it. We'll see what happens. This all seems, I found out my mom's in a home because she broke her legs, and I have to stand outside and talk to her on a phone through the dining room glass window. So I'm waiting. Don't really have any emotions, just kind of thinking, gathering my thoughts, anticipating, which I always do, anticipating what the other person's going to do, and then leaving some room, hopefully for just see what happens. I don't know. Indifferent is how I feel. I don't know. I can't say there's a lot of love. I mean, well, I can't say there's any love actually, but we'll see how it goes. I'm grateful for my childhood. It had its really bad moments, but it had its good moments, and it made me who I am today. So and we'll see how this goes. So, this is the debrief video of seeing my mom for the first time in 17 years. Physically, she looks frail. She does look like she weighs 98 pounds. She looks skinnier than I've ever seen her in my life, but yeah, I don't know. She looks like a different person. It's interesting, but I thought she would. 17 years, especially when you're really old, it goes pretty quick. But still is kind of just the same person, and but I did tell her about my faith, and I told her what I've always prayed for, that she'll have love in her life, not necessarily that it'll be me, and that she'll accept Christ, and because God is the only person that can clean up the mess and forgive. And I told her I don't have any ill will, and I don't judge. I told her, you made the choices just as my dad did, that you did the best you could. And I wanted her to know that, so I'm happy that got out. And that she was saying, I think she thought in her head, we have a lot to talk about, is how it started. And I told her there isn't really a lot to talk about. I don't want to talk about the past. I don't need to talk about the past. Past is the past. I don't really care, about the past, What's the point? And I shut that down kind of, but she, at the end of it, what I wanted to say is said, well, I can actually, after I told her about that, and pretty much God's the only person, I asked her about, I heard, or she says, are you still drinking, or do you have a drinking problem? And she started getting emotional, not emotional, but kind of angry. And then she's like, I know my friends told you I had an alcohol problem and I have a drug problem. And she kind of and I told her to just calm down, but just relax. You don't have to use a high tone. Just relax. You can say what and she's like, I let you talk. And and you haven't let me talk. You do all the talk. And she's like, I'm going to leave this. Or she said she was hanging out. And I was like, I think I said in there is that I was like, you've talked my whole life and I never got to talk. And, and I think that was the end of it. I'm not proud that I said that, but it's true. Like, she always wants to, that's it, you know? And it was just like, she says she's going to go now and blah, blah, blah. And that's the way it ended. It didn't end that great. But not proud of the last moment of saying, you know, you talked my. I wish I could have held that. That you never listened my whole life. You talk the whole time. So I mean, I'm talking for 10 minutes. But she's in denial. She's still the person denial about her life, you know. And she is angry, like that lady said. You could see it when she got charged. I don't know. I think it's it for me. I don't really have any more to say to her. She's angry. And she said she had people in her life, her distant cousin's kids or something. I hope so. All right, that's it. I'm driving back to LA. Thank you. Okay, I just got off the phone with Coop, and I was crying. I think I don't want to hide this part of it, but Coop makes me cry because I love him so much. But you know what it is? It's like I'm not sad that I don't have my mom in my life. It's not about me at all. It makes me sad that it's such a life wasted, you know? It seems like a wasted life. And that someone's life should end that way. And it's not, she's not dead. It just seems like a waste. And it's sad. Because life isn't forever. And it just seems sad. It doesn't have to be that way, but, you know, it's the choices she's made and the path she's chosen. And that makes me sad. I think I'd be sad if anybody, though, that chooses a path that leads to misery and unhappiness and loneliness. And, yeah, that's basically it. But I'm not going to run from the video that I'm cried. But I feel good. I said everything I wanted to say. I feel good. And now I drive 2.5 hours, but yeah, just pray. There you go. Done.